So I knew my Wi-Fi needed upgrading because it had been 6 years. I know that's an eternity in the tech world. And 6 years ago, I put in a mesh Wi-Fi system, and I was really happy with it. It was perfect timing because we really had a great increase in the need for that in 2020. But the system, as we get to 2025, is really starting to age. And one thing it's aging with is internet speeds, but then the number of connected devices.
So I know everybody's doing schoolwork in the house. I've got to figure out how to switch over the Wi-Fi without getting yelled at.
So I knew I needed an upgrade. So when I found the Eero 7 at a really nice price, I decided to add that to my system. Now I actually only bought one, and this is a mesh connected system. You can buy 2 or 3 or more than that, I believe. But the system, I already have an Eero router that came with my internet service provider. So here's the deal. Switching over your Wi-Fi can be a bit of trouble. Why? If you have a lot of connected devices, then it requires going in and resetting up each individual thing, unless there's a little trick to it that I'm going to tell you about that I used, and you may already know what it is. And so when I saw the 7 on sale, I decided to add it to my system, and I was wondering if it would cover my entire house. So I originally had 4 mesh units scattered throughout my home. And my house isn't huge, but it's a little bit hard to manage just in terms of the space and the walls, and there's not a lot of open space in my house. And so I decided to try this. So I added a 7 to my 6E. The biggest reasons were that my speeds need to be faster than they were. I get a faster speed coming into my home than I used to. And so that speed's only going to be negated if I have a limiting factor such as a slow router that I'm connecting to. And I also need to connect more devices. So we had been seeing some sluggishness with our inside Wi-Fi. I think that was because we have so many more things connected now than we did 6 years ago. And that number just continues to increase. It's like everything we buy connects to something. So the beauty of Eero is not only how easy it was to connect it. So I wasn't absolutely sure, but it connected really without a problem to my existing system. And I was able to get rid of the other system entirely. Unplugged them, got them out. But what I did to keep everything connected then was to change the name then to the same as it had been. And so everything automatically read that as being the same connection, the same Wi-Fi connection. So I just made sure that I had it right. Now I actually had to go in. I made a mistake to start with because I left a space in there that wasn't supposed to be there. So even a space in your Wi-Fi name can trick your devices into thinking it's a different network. I had to go in and take that space out, and once I did that, everything was ready to go. Same network name and same network password. Now here's also the kicker. Use a really strong network password. And if you have kids, don't let them know what it is, really. So just set their devices up for them. That's a huge point of compromise. That is probably the first password I would want to protect, is my home Wi-Fi password. If you don't have a good one, then create a new one and hook everything back up. But if you have a good password and you want to keep it, because here's the thing, if you change your network password, which you occasionally do have to do that, but if you're going to change your network password, then you're going to have to reconnect most of the things in your house that we're connecting directly. You're going to have to go and enter the password, and it can be a bit of a pain. So you don't want to have to do that more than you have to. So anyway, I was able to set this up, and we're getting good speeds. We're getting, so my internet coming in is about 1 gig. So what I already like about this is its ways of connecting. So as you see on the box, it supports these other things that can work with. So if you have an Alexa device or Matter or Zigbee or Thread, this is going to help those systems communicate and work better together. And then even certain devices like that, it can actually use as a to help your Wi-Fi be stronger in the house, to put it in simple terms, because I don't know the real terms, but so your Wi-Fi signal that you want to work everywhere in the house. And so even like in this room with this connected device, which has a name right here, the new Eero system, now that I've connected it, is working with this, and the spacing is proper so that this is actually doing a repeated Wi-Fi signal for this area over here. If I'm sitting over here on the laptop, on whatever, then it's going to probably connect through this device with the A name and be able to get a better signal than otherwise you would get. It only took a few minutes here to get it set up. You can see I'm setting mine up at the same location. I put the 7 in the same location as where I connect my Ring alarm system. And the big reason for that was it's a central location. It has a good elevation to it once I put it up on top of the cabinet. And I need a power source, and that was also going to be a good power source. In connecting a mesh router, there's no need to connect a cable. I did have to plug it in, but I do not have to plug in an Ethernet cable. You can if you want to, but you don't have to, and that makes it really, really easy. But even with these routers, you can run an Ethernet cable out of one without one running into it. So if I needed to connect something to this router, I could do that through its port without having a connection running in. So I think that's pretty neat also that you have that possibility with these in your home. The Eero app though does a better catalog than what I had used before, just in showing me everything that's connected. And in understanding what's connected, you can troubleshoot then if something is going wrong, or if you can kind of figure out what's dragging down your internet possibly. So we have now TVs, we have video doorbells, we have gaming systems, we have laptops and laptops and laptops, and everybody has a phone, and now we have appliances coming to the house that are connected. We have everything. But why does it say Matter, Zigbee, and Thread on the box? What are those? If I just want Wi-Fi, why do I need to care about those? I think a simple way to put it, they're kind of like soft Wi-Fi that doesn't use a whole lot of your system. So like with my Ring alarm system, the Ring sensors that are on my doors and windows, but they connect by one of these soft Wi-Fi signals to the main hub. Now the main hub is a Wi-Fi system, but this is easier on the batteries on those devices, and it's easier on your whole home Wi-Fi system, if I understand that correctly. And again, I'm not going into the nuts and bolts of the science involved, but these are kind of like smaller radio waves that work without using as much bandwidth as a full-blown Wi-Fi. One other aspect about a smart home is a lot of smart home devices still connect at 2.4 gigahertz. And so it's really important if you're going to be connecting smart home devices that your router can do both. Because if they can't, it's a rather tricky thing to get your device to connect to your Wi-Fi system. And there are ways to do that. We won't go into them here, but it's a lot easier if it just is automatic. And so the Eero system is automatically reads and connects to 2.4 and to the faster, better 5 that is out there right now. So you're also future-proofing. And so one reason I wanted to buy the Eero 7 is I hope to also upgrade the rest to Eero 7 as I go. The 6E is a good router. It's a good speed. It's all I need right now. If I'm going to spend money, I want it to be for something that is moving forward, and I like that term future-proofing. It doesn't do us much good to put money into something that's going to be obsolete soon. Buying the newest router setup out there, and I didn't buy the biggest, best one here. There are 2 editions of this which are bigger. You have a Pro model and a Max model, and if you are doing really, really heavy Wi-Fi needs in your house, then you want to probably look at one of those 2. But for what I needed right now, the 7 was good, and I found it at a good price. Value for the money, it was definitely with this one right now at this time. And I hope that this is going to meet our needs for a few years down the road. You really have to put the money into a good system that's secure and can handle all that's going on in your house. So I hope this was helpful if you're considering these, and I'll link to this one below if you want to look at more specs or check out the other models. So hope this is helpful. Thanks for watching.